Hello YouTube, how are you doing? So for April Fool's Day, I stated that my YouTube channel was going to be completely in Esperanto, which is not true, but I may translate some tutorials and stuff in the future into Esperanto. I just thought I'd take a minute to talk about, I guess, kind of news, where I'm at currently, because I haven't done many videos for this year yet. So really, actually, I have done a lot of videos, just not specifically for this channel, which brings up this kind of secret second life that I have been living on the internet, except it's not so secret, but I just don't post about, like, language learning a lot on this channel, because this is a channel more about programming. So when I do learn about languages, and I post about other languages, I have separate blogs and separate YouTube channels for that. So I thought I'd talk about that a little bit, and also about how I am programming more now, because I kind of have found a tool that I like using, so I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress. I'm also going to be making some tutorials, some new tutorials. These first ones, they might not be the most exciting things in the world, but I think they're kind of a cute concept, and I will go over those in a bit. So, about language videos. So, when I was a teenager, I started learning Japanese. I really liked spending time learning languages, and then I kind of got out of that once I left community college, and then I didn't have, you know, my anime club to go to, and I kind of got out of anime and manga. So then, you know, a few years later, I was like, we were doing, for my work, Unicode and localization and internationalization workshop, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like languages. Maybe I should learn one again. But what do I learn? I don't know. So I kind of wasn't really passionate about any given, like, specific human natural language. And I had thought, well, what about stuff people have made? I mean, people make programming languages all of the time. Why not spoken languages that are less chaotic than English? So I found out about mainly Esperanto and Lojban. I looked into Lojban, but, you know, it's not an easy language to converse in. It's not really a good human language, and I guess I kind of went just for Esperanto. Esperanto's somewhat easier. I still have difficulty with it. People still get on my case for my grammar, but which is good, because otherwise how am I going to know when I'm messing up? But, so I went with Esperanto. I've been doing that for a couple years. I started learning Ido earlier this year, which is an offshoot of Esperanto, and has many less speakers. There's an estimated 200 Ido speakers in the world, whereas for Esperanto there's approximately 500,000 to 2 million speakers. Now, none of those people are in Kansas. There are like 3 of us in Kansas, but maybe when I go to Seattle soon, I will meet some more Esperantists. So, one of the plus sides of learning, say, Japanese or Korean, you get a lot of television you can watch and manga you can read and video games. You know, you want to kind of absorb by osmosis in addition to your studying. You can go watch some K-dramas or some anime or whatever else. That's not true with Esperanto. There's not a lot of entertainment. There's a few books. There's quite a few books. A lot of people do poetry. But there's not really a lot of television or films. There's some stuff on YouTube, but it's not like there's no Newgrounds style Esperanto hangout where you have some really good quality cartoons and films and stuff, and then some not so much. You kind of have like maybe 30 things to watch in Esperanto. So one of the projects I launched last year was Esperanimeo, which is hard to pronounce. But it is a blog with myself and several other authors who create content, not just anime, but I've done some comics, I've done some animations, we have some other people doing Let's Plays. We have some people who translate songs and sing them in Esperanto, and some people who do some fan subs. So that's that. I've also created a Ido language webpage, Nia Ido. That one's less popular, but it has a community and a IRC channel as well. And then I have Esperanto and Ido language YouTube channels, which have, you know, sometimes translated content, sometimes original stuff, just kind of, it's not quite as focused as my normal English-speaking channel, but it's kind of a mishmash of things as I kind of figure out what I want to do. And then I am beginning to learn toki pona. So toki pona is an interesting language because it was made to be, I guess, kind of a cute language and also a simple language. So there are about 125 words in the whole vocabulary. So the word for food is the same word for eat, and then based on the context, you kind of figure out what you're doing. So I am currently learning that. I am using Memrise.com to learn the vocabulary. I've made a YouTube channel, but I haven't posted anything yet because I don't know any toki pona. But if you are interested in learning toki pona, you can join me in my adventure of toki pona-ing, and we can be young people together. Otherwise, what have I mentioned so far? So I've been working on programming more, and I've been really focusing on that a lot more when I get games done, see where I can go with that. Also working on tutorials. So the next set of tutorials I'm thinking of doing are kind of modular, separate tutorials. Different episodes cover a different language in a different library, and how to make just basically a big collection of arcade games. So this includes, you know, how to make Robotron with Pygame, and then how to make Asteroids with Scratch, and then how to make, I don't know, like Berserk with C++ and SFML. So it's not really a strict, here's your beginning programming stuff. It's kind of like, you probably already know programming at this point, and have done some games, but here are a bunch of different tools, what they look like, you know, how they feel to use, and then maybe I'll do some stuff with like art in there also. So that's the main tutorial I have planned right now. If you want, you can check out my other websites. They're linked to on my main website if you just go down to Esperanto or Ido on the left-hand nav bar. Otherwise, the demo for Delfino and Katyuno is out. I am not making a big deal out of it at the moment because, you know, it's kind of like have a small amount of people test it first and then fix things up and continue working on it, make the full version, more worlds, more obstacles, more things to collect, more features in the map editor and all of that. I will post a more detailed video about Delfino and Katyuno later, but that's available too. You can get to the Google Play link from my website. And that's all I can really think about right now, so see you later.